Okay, let us start the discussion, guys. The second unit, second topic is virtualization structures and mechanisms. Okay, uh, let us recap this one by okay, guys. Before the virtualization means if the virtualization is not there means okay, on the top of the bare hardware or physical hardware, we are able to install only one operating system. You can run only one operating system at a time without the virtualization. Okay, my system. Okay, my system is working like that without virtualization. Okay, on the top of the physical hardware. Okay, I have installed one operating system, that is Windows 10. At a time, my processor can execute only one instruction, and on the top of my bare hardware, physical hardware, only one operating system is running, that is Windows 10. But with the help of the virtualization, okay, with the help of the virtualization, there is a one separate layer is introduced between the hardware and the operating system. There is a separate layer. Okay, we call them as a virtual layer. Okay, what is the virtual layer importance is that it will converts real hardware into virtual hardware. It will converts the real hardware to virtual hardware. Okay, from the real hardware we can able to create number of logical hardwares. Those we call them as a virtual hardwares. We call them as a virtual hardwares, the logical hardware. Physical hardware we call them as a real hardware. Okay, that we can see with your naked eye, but the logical hardware, virtual hardware, we cannot able to see. But without this real hardware we are unable to create the virtual hardwares. Okay, first the real hardware it has, then only we can create the logical hardware or virtual hardware. Okay, what is the importance of the virtual layer, guys? It will convert the real hardware to virtual hardware. Okay, guys, clear? Okay. Without virtualization means there is no layer between the operating system and hardware. But with the help of virtualization, after the virtualization, there is a separate layer is introduced between the operating system and the hardware. What is the importance of the virtual layer, guys? It is able to it is used to convert real hardware to virtual hardware. Okay, guys, with the help of this virtualization, we are able to install the multiple operating systems. Okay, on the top of this, the same physical hardware. Okay, we are able to install Linux on one logical hardware like virtual hardware. Okay, I'm able to install another operating system, that is Ubuntu, on the other virtual hardware. These virtual hardwares, okay, that will be created from the physical hardware. Okay, physical hardware, those will be run on the top of the physical hardware actually. Okay, but actually though these operating system, the separate multiple operating systems that will be installed on the, okay, with the help of virtual hardwares. Virtual hardware, how can I create? I am able to create with the help of virtual layer, guys. Okay, right? Without the virtualization, okay, I am able to install only one operating system. Okay, I am able to install only one operating system. Okay, there is a high bonding between the hardware and operating system without the virtualization. But with the virtualization, after the virtualization, okay, there is a loose coupling between the operating system and the hardware. Why? Because there is a separate layer, that is we call them as a virtual layer is installed between the hardware and the operating system, hardware and the operating system, guys. Okay, depending upon the position of the virtualization layer, guys. Okay, the where the virtualization is layer is there, depending upon the position of the virtualization layer. Okay, there are several classes of virtual machine architectures are come into picture. There are several classes, different classes of virtual machine architectures are come into picture. Okay, they are mainly three categories. Okay, one is hypervisor architecture, the next one is para virtualization architecture, the last one is host based virtualization. These three are the, depending upon the virtualization where we are placing that virtualization. Okay, depending upon the position of the virtualization, we are able to create, we are able to classify them virtual machine architectures into three, that is hypervisor architecture, para virtualization architecture, and host based virtualization. Okay, here the hypervisor is another name, is we call them as a virtual machine monitor. Okay, virtual machine monitor, both will perform the same. Virtual machine monitor, VMM, or hypervisor, both will have the same set of operations, both will perform the same set of the operations. Okay, let us start the discussion about the hypervisor. Let us start our discussion with about hypervisor. Okay guys, it is a hardware virtualization technique. Okay, with the help of hypervisor, what we are doing, we are virtualizing the hardware. They are virtualizing the hardware to create multiple virtual hardwares. Hypervisor's task is to create the different virtual hardwares. Okay, on the top of that one, we are able to install multiple operating systems, guys. On the top of that virtual hardware, we are able to create multiple operating systems. Those we will call them as a guest operating systems. Those we call them as a guest operating system. Okay, these guest operating systems normally build on above the virtual machine. Okay, but actually those will be run on the top of the host machines, guys. Okay, without the, I told you in the starting itself, okay, without the physical hardware we are unable to create the virtual machines. Okay, anything that will be run on the bare hardware only, physical hardware only. But what we are doing is we are cloning, we are virtualizing the physical hardware to, okay, number of logical hardwares. Okay, on the top of that one I am able to create the multiple operating systems. On the top of that one I am able to create the multiple operating systems. Okay guys, here this creation of this virtual like virtual machines, that is done, can be done with the help of virtual machine monitors. Okay, what is the virtual machine monitor, guys? It is able to create the virtual machines as well as, and monitoring the virtual machines also done with the help of virtual machine monitor. Okay guys, clear? Here guys, there are mainly two types of these hypervisors are there. Okay, the type one is bare metal hypervisor. What is the first one, guys? Bare metal hypervisor. Here guys, the bottom part or layer is hardware. Okay, bottom layer is hardware. On the above that one we will have the hypervisor. Okay, on the above the hypervisor we are able to install the multiple operating system. We call them as a guest operating systems. First one is bottom layer is bare hardware. On the top of the bare hardware, hypervisor will be there. On the top of the hypervisor, there will be different guest operating systems will be there. This is the hierarchy in the bare metal hypervisor. Okay, the example for this one is CM by CPS. CM means control program. Okay, CMS means Cambridge monitoring system. Cambridge monitor system. This is developed by IBM, guys. This is developed by IBM. Okay, once again I'm revising this one, guys. Hypervisor means it's a what is the purpose of the hypervisor? By using this one, we are able to create the virtual hardwares. We are able to create the virtual hardware. On the top of the virtual hardware, we are able to install multiple operating systems. Those we call them as a guest operating systems. Okay, all these things, these guest operating system, the virtual machines are creation and monitoring, it can be done with the help of virtual machine monitors. Okay, here these hypervisors are two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 means bare metal hypervisor. Bare metal hypervisor. Okay, here uh, uh, first one is the bottom layer, we call them as a hardware. On the top of that one we use hypervisor. On the top of that one, we will have the guest operating system. Okay, diagram. If you see the diagrams, you can easily understand that one. Okay, I will show the diagram also. Okay, right. The guest operating system will be layer above the hypervisor. That is the thing. The bottom one is bare hardware. The middle one is hypervisor. On the top of that one, guest operating system. Okay, right. Here the examples for that one, the like bare metal hypervisor are CP by CMS. CP means control program by Cambridge Monitor System. Okay, this was developed by IBM. This is a one type of hypervisor, that is bare metal hypervisor. The second one is hosted hypervisor. Okay, the first one is bare metal hypervisor. Okay, here the bottom layer is physical hardware. The next one is hypervisor. Next one is guest operating system. Okay, here in this hosted hypervisor, okay, here one separate layer is extra layer is added here. That layer we call them as a host operating system. Okay, first the bottom layer here is bare physical hardware. On the top of that one, the new layer, that is host operating system, will come into picture. On the top of that one, hypervisor will be there. On the top of the last, the final layer is here guest operating system. Okay, previously only 3 layers, here 4 layers are there. Okay, the new layer is host operating system. Here bottom layer is physical hardware, bare metal. Okay, on the top of that one, the new layer, that is host operating system, come into picture. Host operating system come into picture. On the top of that one, hypervisor will be there. Okay, on the top of the hypervisor, obviously guest operating systems will be there, guys. Okay, here one point we have to remember is OS is usually unaware of this virtualization. Okay, like this host operating system is there, you don't know the that is the system is using virtualization, like that you don't know. Okay, okay, I told you guys bare metal hypervisor having only 3 layers. Coming to the hosted one, it is having the 4 layers. Okay, in bare metal hypervisor, hardware is there, bottom one physical hardware, on the top of that one hypervisor. Okay, on the top of that one we are able to place multiple guest operating systems, those will be run at a time. Okay, but here in this hosted hypervisor, okay, another layer is placed in between the hypervisor and the hardware, that we call them as a host operating system, guys. Okay, right, this is the one that is installed newly. Okay, the remaining is everything is same. Okay, hypervisor, and the hypervisor above we will have the multiple guest operating systems. Write down this diagram, guys. Okay, guys, let us go for the next slide. Okay, Zen architecture. This is the example for bare metal hypervisor, guys. Okay, it is a open source hypervisor, guys, developed by Cambridge University. Okay, it is a open source, means it's available freely in the market. Okay, it's available freely in the market, no need to purchase this one. Okay, we can get this Zen for free. Okay, this was developed by Cambridge University. Okay, this is a type 1. Type 1 means, what is the type 1, guys? Bare metal hypervisor. Okay, in bare metal hypervisor, guys, the bottom layer is physical hardware. Okay, on the top of that one, hypervisor will be there. On the top of that one, guest operating system will be there. Okay, this one, right, the first one, this is, we call them as a bare metal hypervisor. Okay, here bottom is hardware is there, and the next middle layer is hypervisor. Okay, by using the hypervisor it is able to create multiple guest operating systems. Okay, Zen architecture is an example for type 1 bare metal hypervisor. Okay, by using this one, okay, for suppose here I am having guest operating system. In this one I can use one operating system like Windows. Okay, in this I can install Linux. Likewise, I can create multiple guest operating systems. In that I can install like Apple and another guest operating system like Ubuntu. Likewise, at a time I can run multiple operating systems. At a time I can run multiple operating systems. That is the point here. Okay, run the many instances. In that many instances we can run different operating systems. Okay, those will be run on single machine that we call them as a host. Okay, any guest OS that will be run on the host. That's it. Okay, without the bare hardware we are unable to create the virtual machines. We are unable to place the guest operating systems also. Okay, if you install these guest operating systems, that will be run on the top of the bare metal only. Okay, physical hardware means that is we call them as a host. Okay, here guys, here the guest operating system will have the direct access to the physical devices. Okay, in this bare metal architecture like Zen, it will have the direct access to uh, physical devices with the help of guest operating systems. Okay, in Zen architecture, it's an example for bare metal architecture. The bottom layer is physical hardware, the middle layer is hypervisor, okay, and the top layer is guest operating systems. Okay, let us see the structure of this Zen architecture in the diagrammatical manner. Okay, this is the architecture of Zen. Okay, the bottom one is obviously that is physical hardware. Okay, on the top of that one hypervisor, this is a open source. Okay, we can freely get it. Okay, on the top of that one we will have the different multiple guest operating systems, Windows, Linux, likewise domain. Okay, on the top of that one we can run multiple applications. For suppose, okay, in this Windows 10 operating system I am using one Zoom, one browser, that is one application. Okay, on PPT is also running, that is also one application. Likewise, the different applications can run on the one operating systems. Likewise, in Linux also application different. Okay, this is one guest domain, this is one guest domain, this is also guest domain. Okay, these are different operating systems. Those are, okay, guest. The bare hardware, on the top of that one hypervisor, on the top of that one guest operating system. This is the bare metal hypervisor. Gen is also comes under hypervisor. Okay, bare metal hypervisor. That is why the structure is similar to bare metal hypervisor. Like is the bottom one is physical hardware, the middle one is hypervisor, the last one is guest operating systems. On the guest operating systems we can run multiple applications. The next one is a binary transaction with full virtualization, guys. Binary transaction with full virtualization. Okay, depending upon the implementation technologies or the hardware virtualization, that when we classify it into two types. One is full virtualization and host based virtualization. Full virtualization, the first one. The second one is host based virtualization, guys. Okay, in this full virtualization it does not need to modify the host operating system. Does not need to modify the host. What is the host operating system? The host operating system is the operating system that is installed on the top of the bare metal, means physical hardware. Okay, in the full virtualization it does not modify anything related to the host operating system. Okay, it relies on the binary translation to trap and to virtualize the execution of certain sensitive and non-virtualization transactions. What is meant by trap, guys? Trap in microprocessor, what is a trap? Okay, in computer technologies, in CO also. Okay, what is meant by trap? Anyone, guys? Trap. Trap is nothing but a interrupt. Okay, one type of interrupt. What it will do is it stops the current work and it will go for the another work. Likewise, here also the same thing. Binary translation to trap the virtualization of execution of certain sensitive information. Okay, right. Here, the guest operating systems and application consists of non-critical and critical instructions. Okay. Here, the guest operating systems (OSS) and application consists of non-critical and critical type of instructions. Both it will contains critical instructions as well as non-critical instructions in guest operating systems. Guest operating systems, guys. Coming to the host-based operating system, guys. Both host operating system and guest operating systems are used. Here it contains the both OSS. One is host operating system. Operating system is nothing but the operating system that is installed on the physical hardware. The guest operating system is nothing but it is installed on the top of the hypervisor. It is installed on the top of the hypervisor. This is a virtual one. This is a actually existing one. This is a virtual one, guys. Both will be used in the host based systems. Okay, here the virtualization software layer that we call them as a hypervisor, that is between the host operating system and the guest operating system. Okay, here the hypervisor will be in the middle one, that is the top one is a guest operating system, the bottom one is host operating system. In between that it will have the virtualization software layer in the host based systems. Host based system, guys. Okay, these two are okay with these VM, these architectures we are going to discuss in the next class, guys. Okay, these architectures we are going to discuss in the next class, right?